Palma. Oh,
Oh, man.
that's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game.
Janelle
Oh,
Fuentes.
wow.
Delgado takes the shot and knocks it down. Maloya is open. 3-point.
Goodness!
Face a jumper by Robin Celis. Caballero has time. Now it's Martin Rosso. Turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness.
10 days ago, the One Bataan Risers fended off a gritty stand by the Davao Occidental Tigers on this very same building, the Bataan People's Center dito sa Balanga, Bataan. And they will look to duplicate that performance going up against one of the top contenders dito sa South Division. Bam Gamalinda and Mitchell Maynes will lock horns here in this North versus South showdown dito sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. It's the Mindoro Tamaras taking on the One Bataan Risers. This is the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. Ken Panglinan with Coach Christian Lumanzon. And Coach Chris, itong dalawang kupla na ito, certainly with playoff aspirations. How do you see this matchup playing out?
Well, I think it's going to be, Bataan with the home court advantage. They're going to play to the energy of the crowd. They have to play desperate. Same thing with Mindoro, because this is a team coming off a tough loss. Because that was a game I thought that they had a chance to win, especially how they played in the first half, being up and controlling the tempo. But things turn around in the second half, so they're looking for a bounce back performance.
Napapanood niyo po ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino live on the official Facebook page and YouTube channel, and live din po tayo ngayong gabi on Solar Sports. And now let's bring in our third member of our panel. Walang iba kundi si Miss Lyra Punsalan. Lyra, very yung sense of urgency nandoon, no, for Bataan heading into this matchup. Kumusta sila heading into this game against Mindoro?
Maraming salamat, Ken. Coming in fired up tonight as is ito ngang Bataan after their fresh win against Davao. The marching orders, press breaks, box out, make your free throws, and secure the boards. And perhaps the most Bataan thing ever. Nasa loob kayo, wag kayong magtipid at depensahan ninyo ang bahay natin. Masaya tayo sa panalong yan, kaya mas sulitin natin ang saya ngayon at ipanalo din natin ito. Let's see if the Risers can once again rise to the challenge tonight. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. Bataan is 3-2 at home this season. They had that crucial victory against the Davao Occidental Tigers the last time out on July 4. Ngayon, pag-usapan muna natin yung kanilang mga kalaban ngayon, itong Mindoro Tamaras. And at the forefront of that, despite that loss against Quezon City, was Bam Gamalinda. It's been an up and down season for him, Coach Chris, but when the number is called, the veteran certainly can deliver para dito sa Tamaras.
Well, he's one of the more skilled guys we have in the league, and I say that because he can do a little bit of everything. He's a two-way player. He really takes pride, playing defense. Former champion, NCAA champion. You see in that game he had 21 points, very efficient, shot the ball 67%. He's always been a good rebounder. He was the second leading rebounder of that game for their team. But I'm sure hindi maganda. Naging teammate ko to si Bam Bam eh. Napaka-pride maglaro nito, and more than the individual stats, what's important to him is yung result nung dulo. Sigurado ako masama niya loob niya nun at gusto niya makabawi.
Currently, itong Mindoro is number 7 in the South Division. They want to move up, and they will go up tonight against a very game One Bataan Riser squad. And on the heels of that victory, ito si Mitchell Maynes nagpakitang gilas dito, Coach Chris. Double-double performance in that win against the Davao Occidental Tigers.
Yeah, this is just one of my favorite players in the league, along with Sairo Stabi. And I thought during the trade deadline, even though we didn't hear that much, I feel he was one of the more sought-after players. Kasi dinig ko rin, ayaw rin talaga pawalan ng Bataan to eh. And it's for this reason, This is just one game. 17 points, 6 of 8, 3 of 5 free throws, 12 rebounds, 2 steals, 10 in the fourth quarter, which was instrumental because they were only up by 2, to end 3 quarters. He was also 2 of 2 from the 3-point line, and I mentioned that because what I love about him is that he plays to his strengths. He's an athletic player. wala na siyang paligoy-ligo pa eh. He's gonna play to his strength and drive the basketball, take advantage of his athleticism, in transition especially, and crashes the boards. He's also a good defender.
Ang analogy dito kay Mitchell Maynes always has been he's like a puzzle, kung paano siya makukumpleto, and we're seeing here dito sa Bataan slowly but surely coming into fruition. But ito will focus our player matchup on these two gunslingers, Coach Chris. And at one end, Ino Combo, who's been on a tear, especially shooting lights out from beyond the arc. Ito naman si Ives Sazon, one of only 2 members dito sa ating MPBL's 2,000-point club.
Well, it's a vet against a young gun, but Ives Sazon, if there's one thing that he can do since he was pretty much in his mother's womb, scored a basketball. Now it's been a struggle for him this season. Let's not forget, he's a seasoned MPBL player already. If I'm not mistaken, this is 7th season, maybe 6th. So you're talking about a former 20-board scorer here. Wendell Comboy, 2nd year in the league, I believe, and former FVU standout. He knows how to score as well. Those young legs, he has that advantage. But make no mistake, hindi magpapahuli si Ives Sazon, lalo-lalo na dito sa harapan ng crowd nila.
Both these teams like to shoot 3-pointers, and let's see which team can make it rain tonight dito sa Bataan People's Center. Will it be Mindoro or will it be the One Bataan Risers? Let's find out as let's go to Richard Tampos for the starting lineups.
Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Let's introduce first the starting 5 for Mindoro Tamaras. At forward number 0, Ethan Galang. To guard number 3, Ino Comboy. At guard number 5, playing assistant coach, Axel Inigo. At forward number 6, Riego Bam Bam Gamalinda. Coming in at center number 25, playing assistant coach, Ken Bono. The head coach is Benji Teodoro. Assistant coaches, Kim Cinco, playing assistant coach, Joseph Sidoripa with JC Libunao. Team manager, Sandra Norte. The team owner is Paula Oriental Mindoro, Honorable Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. And now, for your One Bataan Risers, Kamaya Coast. At forward number 2, Carl Bringas. Playing center number 4, JL Capulong. To guard number 8, Dom Bera. Point guard number 3, Alfred Flores. And at power forward number 12 from Orani, Bataan, Dante Baguio. The head coach is Goody Ilagan with Ogie Gumatay. Assistant coaches Arvin Quinto, Paul De La Cruz, Rene Paina, Prince Cruz, Louis Cortina, Marvin Molines, Erwin Lozara, Frederick Francisco Jonas Giao Jr., and Dinadupihan Councilor El Garnada, Gary David, belated
Starting
happy
five brought to
birthday.
you by OneXBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with OneXBet. Mindoro with the backcourt of Axel Inigo and Ino Comboy. At the front court, Ken Bono, Ethan Galang, and Bam Bam Gamalina. Para naman sa Bataan, Alfred Flores, Dom Vera, JL Capulong, Dante Baguio, and Carl Bringas. Almost the same starting unit they had in their last game against Davao Occidental. And Bataan is currently number 10 in the North Division. Right inside play-in territory sila dito, Coach Chris.
Oo, no, pero I'm sure gusto nilang iwasan yon. And, by the numbers, pwede pa yan eh. Pero, sasamahan mo na rin ang konting dasal na ibang team, medyo matalo rin. And, pero maganda sa sitwasyon nila, kahit papano, yung destiny nila nasa kamay pa nila. Wala pa sila sa sitwasyon na talagang umaasa sila sa mga ibang team.
And also, helping them is yung Pasig nagsa-slide down na. They're now 7-11. So they're just half game behind Pasig City. Uy! Record ba ito? 11 seconds into the game. Meron agad tayong coach's challenge by Coach Goody Ilagan. And
I wonder what the challenge is. Because I was so distracted sa mga sinasabi natin dito.
we'll be back for the result of this challenge.
The One Bataan Risers challenge was successful.
Kaya naman pala nag-challenge agad si Coach Goody. Sigurado siya doon on that last out-of-bounds play. Here it is.
How impressive was that challenge? Because I would have understood the challenge if it happened in front of them. Clearly, you see white shirts behind the bench kung saan nangyari, which means nasa opposite end sila. You know? So may point guard skills, kaya lang nag-end up as a turnover. Mindoro's gonna open up the scoring with Comboy in that layup.
Alfred Flores, certainly a huge void to fill dahil si Robbie Darang, their top gun, talking about Bataan, missing probably a month from now, Coach Chris.
Well, ito yung turnover. The first of 2 turnovers, and because yung second one was an offensive foul. Yeah, to your point, Robbie Darang, their starting guard pretty much the whole season.
Comboy has been lights out from beyond the arc in their past 14 games. Knocks down another for a 5-0 lead early here.
Now, what's important pag gusto mong bumawi, no? Banggit natin Mindoro galing sa talo, is the way you start the game. And certainly Mindoro with an excellent start, nakastop pa sila muli ngayon, has a chance to go 7 or maybe 8-0.
Again, Bono, titira sa 3. That one bouncing out.
Bakit ganun? Bakit ganun, Ken? Kasi sa liga namin, kung saan sila ang nag-champion, parang lahat ng tira niya doon, shoot eh.
Ikaw pa yata yung bantay.
Oo eh. Bad trip to si Ken eh.
Alfred Flores navigating through that ball screen and puts it in just inside the arc for the opening basket of Bataan. Remember, in that game against Davao Occidental, they got off to a really strong start. Pero hinabol sila ng Davao before eventually having that strong finishing kick to close out the game. Flores on the left side. Alfred to Carl Bringas. Launches and knocks down the 3 of his own.
A great job by Bringas because it wasn't the perfect of passes, no? A little bit to his right, but he still was able to gather the basketball and knock it down.
Ethan Galang has struggled for Mindoro, but that's a big-time free for the former UE Red Warrior.
Just gotta love the tone set by Bam Gamalina after his excellent scoring efficiently in the last game. Has set up his teammates twice already to start this one.
The homegrown Dante Pagyo couldn't knock it down from beyond the arc. Tatakbo dito ang Mindoro. This is something they have done well since Coach Benji Tudoro took over. But that time a miss from Ino Comboy. Flores whips a pass. Tom Vera lets Comboy fly by and sticks in that jumper. Quickly on the other end, Comboy naagawan ni Alfred Flores. Flores almost lost it.
And they're asking for a foul and they might have a case. Magandang angulo nila, no? Yung pagtapik sa likod ni Comboy as he was trying to recover after committing that turnover. But still, ang bola obviously mananatili sa Bataan. Aga ulit.
Inigo intercepting that pass of Flores. Gets it back from Gamalinda. Axel for free, short. Gets it back, reloads, and knocks down the three from the left corner.
Just a poor job of securing defensive rebound. The ball really bounced back to Inigo, and he just had to step back and take a dribble to get his rhythm para ma-shoot yung pangalawang tira niya.
The proud parents traveling all the way to Bataan. Ito ni Axel and Achi who played earlier. Meanwhile, a power move galing kay JL Capulong plus a foul.
Talk about a heavyweight matchup. Capulong and Bono. Bono had the first opportunity possessions prior. Unsuccessful this time. Capulong 1, 2 bangga, 3 angat, 4 3-point play.
Alam mo, tawag ko sa mga ganyan. Ano yan eh? El Aparador matchup yun.
Ako iba
Ano?
tawag ko. Street Fighter.
Capulong.
Hindi ko na sabihin kung sino bahala na kayo. Pero kahit sino man yung magandang matchup, yung Minus with the offensive rebound after the miss.
Kilala ko yun. Mitchell Mines and Carl Bringas muffing their second chance opportunities. 11-9 is the count. 2-point lead for the Tamaras. Approaching the 6-minute mark of the first period. Ken Bono, top of the key jumper. No good. Mines tracks it down. Flores. Capulong. Susugo. JL did not have the balance for that shot. Inigo, skip pass. Ethan Galang puts it on the deck. And Bringas with a rebound. Vera, wow, Axel Inigo stealing his pocket. Bam Bam. Oh, up and under move, but can't convert. Gamalinda, second serving, wala pa din.
It was a nice move by Bam Bam, but I thought he had a 2-on-1 on the weak side with Comboy and Ethan Galang. Nonetheless, that's Bam Bam's shot. I'm sure he wants to take back that one. Flores, another shot, wala.
Solid screen provided there by Capulong. Mindoro still holding on to this 2-point lead. Axel, a poor foul given up by Alfred Flores.
That was a good read by Flores because Inigo was looking away, trying to fool Flores that he was gonna set up. Pero nabasa ni Flores. The only thing though, he was overly aggressive. Yun nga, na-foul niya. 3 free throws para kay Inigo.
Meanwhile, let's check in with Miss Lyra Punsalan.
Coach Benji Chodoro of Mindoro is laser focused on one thing, composure. Alam niyang hindi magiging madali sa home court ng Bataan, kaya paalala niya sa Tamaras, this is our bounce back game. Don't look at the numbers, don't look at the crowd. Pukpok pa rin ang pukpok, walang space for emotions, just execution. Assistant coach / player Axel Inigo also doubled down, reminding the squad to prioritize defense. Yun ang mali natin last time, puro shoot pero walang depensa, he said. This time, it's all about correcting those lapses and proving that Mindoro can lock in when it matters most. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. Very disappointing kasi yung pagkatalo nila. No? It's one way to lose a game, but it's another the way they lost that game against Quezon City, Coach Chris.
Yeah, and to Lyra's report, no, sa mga sinabi ni Coach Chodoro, they scored 85 points, which is a decent number offensively, but they allowed 96 points. So yun yung ibig niyang sabihin doon, that we're not gonna win games, we're not gonna win this game, especially playing away against Bataan, kung aasa lang tayo sa opensa.
Jamil Gabawan, Chris Xavier nasa loob na for the Risers. And Chris Xavier rising up for that 20-footer. 14-11, Axel, backdoor cut by Comboy, receives the ball back from Tibayan, fires, no good. And ball will go back to Bataan. Hubert Cani and Ives Sazon, papasok na dito for Bataan. 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
That was the second three rather that time, but the team right now has 3 threes. 3 of 7 para sa Mindoro, still up by 14. Oh, sorry, still up by 3 with them having a score of 14 minus.
Malakas lang. Comboy onto the front court. Finds Axel Inigo. Axel attacks. Flips it up and in for his 8th point.
Now the thing with a shooter is then, especially after you hit your first baskets from the outside, You can now use the pump fake as a main weapon to get inside the basket, and that's what Axel did.
And Axel Nigo had quite the struggle in their last game. Meanwhile, agad naman sinagot ni Hubert Cani with a free on the other side.
It doesn't take much time para uminit. Ito si Hubert Cani. We've been following his career. He's a standout in high school with FEU. He knows how to score the basketball, no question.
Foul down low as Comboy took that shot. Bagsak si Jonas Tibayan. Also a former NU standout.
And Chiang Kai-shek, Blue
Oo.
Dragon.
Chiang Kai-shek.
Yun yung dapat hindi mo nakalimutan.
Siyempre.
Lalong-lalo na kasama mo ko. Player record scored yan.
Oo. At nagkampi sila ni JV.
Franyu.
Franyu.
Yeah, Gallego. Ito, sa weak side. O, tinamaan. Si Tibayan, igabawan. Hands po to, tingin ko. Above the shoulder.
Yeah.
Sportsman-like foul on number
Tumpak ka,
39,
Coach
Jamil
Chris.
Gabawan.
Ang
For
sportsman-like
excessive
foul
hard
against Jamil
contact.
Gabawan.
Alam mo, nagtataka nga ako kung ba't madalas sa mga ganyan. Lalong-lalo na pagkasama ko si Delph. Madalas ako talaga tama Pero nagtataka ako kasi dito lang ako tama. Sa bahay, madalas ako mali.
Patay tayo dyan.
Oo nga
Parang
Pero tanggap ko.
pag nag-comment ako sa sinabi mong yan, baka hindi ako makauwi.
Umuho ka na lang.
And Tibayan with 2 free throws. Ito si Jonas Tibayan, no? Medyo struggling under Coach Benji Todoro because when he was under Coach Rodney, he was averaging 10.2 points, 7 rebounds. Pero dito kay Coach Benji, surprisingly, just 3.5 points in their last 12 games. So it really has took some time for him to adjust. Here he is though, popping out, taking that three, way off. Sazon with a rebound. Mitchell Minus off and running.
Goodbye.
Minus with 2 points.
He missed once. I don't think he's missing twice. Lalong-lalo na pag nakabuelo mula backcourt.
Close game. 17-16. Mindoro with a 1-point lead under 3 minutes remaining here. Andrews. The one-hander does not work. Minus. Tatakbo na naman. Mitchell Minus. All the way. And no choice by Sedorifa but to give up that foul.
Well, they say life is full of choices, no? And you have Minus with a head of steam. Doon nga nasabi mo, no choice. Pero ito, Minus, able to gather his balance even though with the mishandle and finishes.
Fast break the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker, everyday karaoke. The La Union native, Mitchell Minus, actually has played really well in the past couple of games.
Yeah.
Sa home floor.
No, that's the thing with Minus because you look at this, you're seeing the season averages, 7 points, 5 boards, 62% free throw shooter. It's just a matter of him being consistent with the kind of numbers that he was able to produce in the last game. Once he reaches that level of consistency, then he is on another level, which I think very realistic.
Oo. Chris Xavier, all net from downtown, ties the ball game up at 19 apiece. 2:13 left here in the first period. Ramirez.
In a zone right now is Bataan.
They find a seam. Marion Magat goes up strong. Ashton Andrews wala pa din. And finally, the board cleared by Jamil Gabawan.
Look, credit that stop to Gabawan because everyone thought that's going to be an easy 2 inside after the pass by Tibayan, but Gabawan with the late challenge forced the miss.
Bola na tapik. Gabawan giving them another possession. Much to the delight of this crowd inside the Bataan People's Center. Kani now fires. No good. Gabawan now at the post. Laban kay Tibayan. Gabawan inside. And he traveled.
That's the old Karl Malone trick defensively on the post, pulling the chair.
The timeout requested here. We are tied 19 all. 1 minute and 21 left in quarter number 1. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan at your code and claim your special offer. Magandang gabi po mga kaliga. Nandito pa rin po tayo sa Bataan People's Center. Laban ng Mindoro and Bataan to cap off our Monday triple header. Head of Operations, Emereta. Head of Security, Rudy Distrito. Sikreto na lang kung sino naabutan ni Coach Christian dyan.
O si MJ, syempre. Hindi mo alam, MJ ang tawag namin sa kanya, no?
Talaga ba?
Oo, MJ yan. Hindi ibig sabihin no, mahilig siya tumira. Baka lagyan mo ng ibig sabihin yun. Okay? Basta MJ.
Sige. We'll leave it at that. Meanwhile,
Vaigan.
homegrown ito, Rodel Vaigan. Can't knock down the free. Agawan sa bola, ends up with Tibayan who finds inside si Marion Magat for 2 points.
Nice offensive rebound and feed. The presence of mind by Jonas Tibayan and Magat with a better finish that time.
21-19, Kani whips a pass to Javier who attacks the closeout. Magat in his grill. Magat doing a great job challenging that shot.
He did, actually, the recovery. Now after the shot fake by Javier because he hit a 3 a couple minutes ago. Ito yung recovery, Tibayan, his head up, the pass, and it's the
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Another timeout, Mindoro with a 2-point lead.
Pac is back. 8-division champ Manny Pacquiao makes his triumphant return. In his way stands WBC champion Mario Barrios. Plus Fundora versus Zoo 2 in an epic rematch.
What a gutsy battle!
And Pitbull runs it back against Angel Fierro.
Can you say fight of the year?
It's a stacked night of hard-hitting title fights.
The Pac-Man is back this July 20. Manny Pacquiao steps back into the ring to challenge Mario El Azteca Barrios for the WBC Welterweight Championship. You can watch the fight live via Blast TV pay-per-view this coming July 20, Sunday at 8 a.m. Just download the Blast TV app, available on Google Play and the App Store. Lapit-lapit na, ilang araw na lang po. Senator Manny Pacquiao goes for another historic feat in the world of boxing. Hubert Cani whips a pass minus to Chris Javier. 3 seconds left on their shot clock. Ives Sazon fires. And Magat tracks it down for Mindoro.
Well, that miss is going to be credited to Sazon, but really, I thought Minus was wide open as soon as he got the ball with about 6 seconds remaining. But instead, they end up with a difficult shot.
Sedorifa puts it up. Supply, nakuha ni Abawan yung rebound. Hubert Cani with 4 seconds left. Cani launches off the back iron, and that's gonna do it here in the first quarter. Pretty much a frenetic pace in this one.
Well, I love, the crowd engagement by the home team, and even though Mindoro was hitting their shots, you could just tell how important this game is for both teams. Now, it was the Axel Inigo quarter. Couple threes, had a layup inside. This was the attack, the transition basket by Minus, who came off the bench, but they're gonna need more of that come into the second quarter.
Mindoro ahead by 2, 21-19, heading into quarter number 2. Mindoro, again, ito yung pinag-uusapan natin na winnable game sana, Coach Chris, but they lost this one against a very game. All credit dito sa Quezon City Galleries Taipan.
Well, it was a 20-point turnaround, after being up 8 after 2 quarters, and then being down 12, to start the 4th quarter. And they just had a hard time matching up against Jason Puray, who led all scorers in that game with 22 points, shot the ball 88%. So credit Puray because he hit difficult shots, the kind of shots that he made, but at the same time, yung struggle nila in the second half, nahirapan sila makabangon dun after that terrific first half.
Now they begin the second quarter with that 3 by Sedorifa on the other side. This time, a miss.
But this is one guy who played well in the last game. We mentioned Gabalinda and Comboy's performance. Sedorifa, also a seasoned veteran in this league, had 15 points and 10 rebounds. And that's always impressive, especially for a guard.
Meanwhile, someone's gonna get teed up here to si RJ Ramirez after falling down while ito si Chris Xavier was barreling through the lane.
Faking a foul?
Oh, faking a foul. So Hubert Cani.
So nabigyan na ng warning ito.
Hindi ko napansin eh.
Oo, kasi usually warning yun eh, diba?
Oo. Hubert Cani getting the friendly bounce. Former high school star for National University Nazareth School. Ayun. Interpretation ni Seb Pingon.
Tama. Oo. Pero kasi diba, college siya nag-FEU, no?
Oo, FEU siya, college.
Yeah. Pero Ateneo muna.
Ateneo.
Ateneo muna. Right.
Ang kalaban ni Javi Palan niya nung high school. At si Hubert Cani. Meanwhile, good looking stroke from Chris Xavier to cut the lead down to 2, 24-22. RJ Ramirez. Brandre Bienes is in alongside Joseph Sedorifa, Marion Magat, and Rodel Vaigan. Magat tries his own version of a three. He knocks that one down.
Well, he had space and he took advantage of it. More importantly, naipasok niya. Pushes the lead up to 5.
Backdoor sana para kay Gabawan and Santos, but a turnover laban dito sa Bataan. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Steal here for Bataan. Cani. Santos lost it. Tries to get it back. And in fact, he does, as Sedorifa could not control the basketball. Napasok sa loob si Checo Bangkale. Para dito sa Mindoro. Ito yung nangyari. Last touch nga si Sedorifa. Javier runs into traffic. Vaigan is ahead. And the layup is good for a 7-point lead for the Tamaras.
He didn't know the help side after the spin move on the post was Chris Xavier. And it led to a turnover and a quick 2 sa kabila.
Javier serving the floor, the cut. Santos. Kanina pa nila sinusubukan yan eh. And finally a foul whistled on Rodel Vaigan. As we check out this fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
Yun yung agaw ni Sedorifa as he was on the strong side, and then just good timing to strip the ball as Javier was going for the spin.
Santos, baseline drive. Vento, too strong on that one-hander. Usually, matik yan for Jacket Vento. Instead, they give an opportunity by Rodel Vaigan who can't hit the jump shot. And ball will go back to the One Bataan Risers.
I think it's going Mindoro's way.
Mindoro pala.
Yeah. What an effort by Magat, because he came in all the way from at least the volleyball line, the red volleyball line right here. Medyo blurred, no? But he sprinted down for the offensive rebound, get a hand in, and maintain possession.
Bangkale whips a pass. Open free. Someone you can't leave wide open. Ito si Ino Comboy.
So that's how big the offensive rebound was, because it led to a three-pointer and also the frustration of the bench ng Bataan.
Yung out of bounds play yun eh. Kasi nung una nakasignal siya dun sa direksyon ng Bataan. That's why itong bench ng One Bataan Risers certainly upset. And to make matters worse, 10 na ang lamang dito ng Mindoro, 32-22. So this is a 13-3 run by the Tamaras. Yambing pulls up. No. And a foul whistled on Bataan. It's gonna be against Vento. Fresh off a championship alongside si Tutoy Ramirez and Alfred Flores in the NCRAA with the ICC Blue Hawks. This was their head coach, si Coach Ogie Gumatay. Comboy gives it up to Marion Magat. Bangkale bounce pass by Gan. Comboy launches. And it pops out.
What a
Yambing.
rebound.
Sa pang-athletic player for Bataan.
He had to sky high to get it at the top of the rim, really.
Almost lost it was Chris Javier. Santos can't hit the free. Ball tap. Mabalik sa Bataan. Fresh 14 on their shot clock. Bataan having trouble generating offense here in this quarter. Chris Javier. Hook shot is gone off the window plus a foul.
Kanina pa niya hinahanap yan, no? After he hit that turnaround, a few possessions ago. The next one after that, yun yung turnover niya. Pero ito, little short roll, little shimmy, jump hook, which I believe every big man should have. Ayan. Kasama pang tingin.
Sama pang smug for the former UE Red Warrior, Chris Javier. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Sablay nga lang yung free throw, pero nandoon si Santos for the offensive rebound. Yambing, the catch. The crossover, Yambing, the getaway move for 2 points.
I tell you, what an impressive move that was. But again, offensive rebounds hurting both teams. Nakita natin yung 3 ni Comboy earlier. That was off an offensive rebound. And this one, an offensive rebound, but a layup.
Gamalinda through traffic, no good. Flores is back in for Bataan, guarded by Jeco Bangkale. Javier fakes the handoff, draws closer. The pass inside, Vento got fouled, and 2 free throws coming up. Si Comboy yung natawagan ng foul doon. Gixer, great move off the game, born for greatness.
Just uses the crossover, able to elude the defense of an older and slower Bam Gamalina. Obviously, nandun na yung Miles, nasa taas na eh. Nasa frequent Miles Club na ito si Bam Bam eh. Naging teammate ko pa ito eh. Na-crossover siya ng younger pogo stick legs na si Yambing.
Mahaba na ang milyahe, but still going strong though. Si Bam Bam Gamalinda. Hans may go. Balik kay Jeco Bangkale sa bandang kanan. At the elbow, Gamalinda. May Kong attacks. Brandre Bienes can't hit it. And Vento clears it for Bataan. Chris Xavier steps into a free. He has been quite huge here in the second period para dito sa 1 Bataan Risers.
Well, he's really looking for his shots. You could just see every time bumababa, sila sa opensiba nila, he's really asking for the ball, looking at the ball, and I like it because it just shows how he wants this game. And this time, he waits for it to come to him. Semi-transition, kick out, rhythm shot, steps into it, and lets us know he has ice in his veins.
That's the lead down to 3, 32-29. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Exactly at the halfway point of quarter number 2, Bataan, after trailing by as many as 10, ay baba nila yung Kalamangan. But here, 10 days ago, kalaban nila on this very same building, itong Davao Occidental. They led by 18 points in the first half. Nakahabol yung Davao, Coach Chris.
Right.
But again, yung magandang panapos yung naging importante dito.
Totoo, no? It's the end result that counts, but I'm sure pinag-usapan nila yung third quarter na yun wherein they only scored 11 points. Now, they defended well because 18 points, the one they gave up in that quarter, was not a bad number, but they really had a problem matching up against Keith Agovida, who was the leading scorer in that game, 21. He had 9 in that quarter. But in this game, they're trailing. It's quite a different story. Trailing early in this half. Tingnan natin, no, kung papasok ng halftime because they're slowly building momentum. Pero ito, was not able to convert. Free throws pa ang Mindoro. Oktubre, pinasok na sa laro.
Full hit of steam there was Hans Maikong. Ito naman si Hans Maikong, fresh off a championship naman in the UCAL. This free throw ay hatid sa atin ng Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Mindoro is 8-4 under Coach Benji Teodoro since he took over. 33-29, Hans Maikong from Olivares College under Coach Mike Sagigit. Sablay yung pangalawang free throw, but they get the ball back. Comboy, thought about it. Maikong sa gitna, laban kay Alfred Flores. Maikong, pull-up jumper under the wrist, gets it in.
That was good defense, just better offense as Flores was right there for the late challenge. For a while there, I thought kapos yun from our angle. Pero kapos, papunta sa net. Inside the net.
Chris Xavier slides in. Octobre, the recovery, but just couldn't finish. Maikong twirls, no. Javier the rebound, off to Jeff Santos. Santos spins into trouble, but Gamalinda was called for that foul. Gamalinda, just his first foul. Santos will shoot to the line.
Taking matters into his own hands was Jeff Santos. I thought he had a good angle, no, for a diagonal forward pass to Yambing, who was quite in a stride, but Jeff Santos using the spin move to go to the other side, fouled, but missed the first free throw.
Nakadikit na yung Bataan dito but just couldn't hit these free throws. 0 of 2 again. Itong 1 Bataan Risers, they are now just 1 out of 9 from the free throw line.
I tell you, this is not a jam-packed crowd, and trust me, I've seen this gym packed, especially when they were in their winning season ways, as a 4-point play is coming up para sa pinakamalambing na player ng Bataan. Eto, kita mo naman, sinukat ang depensa, umangat And it wasn't a foul wherein, you know, yung landing space na usually natatapakan yung paa. But the officials felt that Bam Gamalinda's foot was in the landing spot. Ayun, 4-point play na kompleto ni Yambing.
At baba sa dalawa. Ang kailangan nilang habulin dito, 35-33. Bola na tapik palabas ni Tutoy Ramirez.
I was about to say, naputol lang.
Ha?
The crowd, especially this group behind us, they have to be the most engaged group of fans I've experienced so far this season. Every possession, every pass, every shot, sumisigaw.
Oo. Actually, kahit nung game sa Davao Occidental, ganyan na rin eh. Like you said, di puno, but you know, there's a good-sized crowd, at least in the lower section.
Right. And, you know, they have great fans here because na-witness na namin, no, especially ni Sidelf, you know, nung early seasons ng MPBL, napupuno to eh when they were in their winning ways.
Yeah. I think at one point, parang no season to ito eh. Parang they had the best record in the North Division. 23-2
Yeah.
sila nun.
I think the only unfortunate thing about nung sinabi ko is that I was, you know, kasama ko si Sidelf. That's the only thing. The good thing, yung fans, you know, pinasarap yung loob ko dahil grabe sila rito. That's why I'm excited for Bataan. Once they get back in their winning ways, maybe late in the season, maybe next season, this is a city really that deserves, you know, the fans deserve a winning team here.
Yeah. One of the OG teams nagsimula season 1.
It's the same thing as Muntinlupa. I always say this. You know, you go back to the seasons prior,
Right.
it has to be one of the best crowds in MPBL history.
Lalo yung mga Alan
Grabe yun.
Mangahas, Dave Moralde days, no?
Oo. And, you know, medyo old school yung setup ng
Yung gym
yung
na yun.
Coliseum sa Muntinlupa. No, when I say old school, it was similar to the old Rizal Memorial Coliseum wherein
May cage.
may cage. Muntinlupa cagers pa sila.
Oh.
So yung mga tao, you know, pag high intensity yung laro, talaga nanginginig yung mga cage.
Kinakalampag
Oo,
eh.
kinakalampag talaga. And, you know, that was a team where they finished as they were a finalist, no, behind the inaugural champs na Pampangas, Sedorifa. Showing why yung 10 rebounds niya in the last game wasn't a fluke. One of the better rebounding guards we have. Offensive rebound, stick back.
Pumayot siya doon at apat ulit ang lamang
Whoa!
sa Mindoro. Dipsido from Alfred Flores.
Very shifty yung galawan na yan na si Flores.
37-35. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Bam Gamalinda. 3-point shot. No good. Flores. Papunta kay Tutoy Ramirez. Balik kay Flores. Yambing, the recovery. Spins away from trouble. And ball will stay with Bataan.
Well, I thought he was fouled right there. Now nakatayo lang. You know, yung defender doon, I believe it was Sedorifa. But he was not in legal position to stop that drive of Yambing.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Yambing tries another three. No. Flores sneaks in and puts it back in to tie the ball game up at 37. This is a young crew right now para dito sa One Bataan Risers.
Tibayan, kapulong ha. Konting kiskisan tong dalawang to. Dalawang possession na.
Kapulong
Momentum
ng
daw nasa side ng Bataan.
pagkakataon na makalamang on this possession. Ramirez launches. No! And it ends up with Bam Gamalinda. Axel, scoreless here in the second quarter. Naagawan pa siya dito. Tatakbo ang Bataan. Yambing. The dish. Flores. Libreng-libre para sa tres. No! Yambing the rebound. Bouncing it off the leg of Axel Inigo. And the frenetic pace just continues. Dito, as we wind down the second frame.
And this crowd was waiting to explode, especially when Flores took that three in anticipation of a made basket. Robora mananatili sa kanila. Kapulong!
Deep inside, but can't get it to fall. Sedorifa, pasa kay Galang. 36 seconds remaining. Sedorifa, swing pass, Ethan Galang launches and buries that three-pointer. Momentarily silencing the crowd here in Bataan.
My attention was not with the Ethan Galang three, although I know it was a big one. But the one that was happening after the shot between Tibayan and Kapulong, because he was trying to add insult to injury, habang papunta sa bench, inaapiran niya, hindi pinansin ni Kapulong.
Labang ang Mindoro, 40-37 with 30.6 left in quarter number 2. Next 3 games ng Mindoro Tamaras on July 21, kalaban ng Batangas City Tanduayro Masters, July 31, Pasay Voyagers, and on August 11 against the Gensan Warriors. So yung gap, no? Actually, Mindoro is one of the teams that have the most number of games already. They have 9 more games left. So yung gap 10 days in between dun sa 3 opponents na yun, Coach Chris.
Which means they have a lot of practice time, a lot of time to get better and prepare dun sa mga, pinakita natin mga scheduled games nila with the other teams remaining.
Carl Bringas, pasa kay Ives Sazon, peeks at the clock, 9 seconds left, lost it. Transition opportunity for Mindoro. Oh, but Flores with good hands, able to poke that ball loose. Numbers here for Bataan. Sazon for free, no good. Andrews with a rebound, and that's gonna do it here in the first half. A wild back and forth between two teams who are trying to enter the playoffs unscathed, but at the moment we have a slugfest here at the half. Mindoro though with a 3-point lead over Bataan, 40-37.
Is back. 8-division champ Manny Pacquiao makes his triumphant return. In his way stands WBC champion Mario Barrios. Plus Fundora versus Zoo 2 in an epic rematch.
What a gutsy battle!
And Pitbull runs it back against Angel Fierro.
Can you say fight of the year?
It's a stacked night of hard-hitting title fights.
Hi, Boss Manny Pacquiao. God bless po sa laro nyo sa July 20. Nandito po kami para sumuporta sa inyo. And salamat po sa opportunity na makapaglaro sa MPBL.
Boss Manny, good luck sa laban. Sana manalo. Laban, Pacman.
Boss Manny, good luck sa laban mo. Sana makuha natin ulit yung panalo. Buong Pilipinas nagtitiwala sa iyo. Nasa likod mo lang kami kahit anong mangyari. Maraming salamat. Laban, Pacman.
Welcome back to the MPBL. It is halftime of our main game between the Mindoro Tamaras and One Bataan Risers. I am Lyra Punsalan at kasama po natin ngayong gabi ang Mindoro Tamaras Assistant Coach JC Libunao and One Bataan Risers Team Manager Attorney Gary Palmero. Coach JC, Bataan has been playing physical at home. Napakainit at dikita ng laban. How are you helping the Tamaras stay composed and locked in?
First of all, gusto ko naman pasalamat sa mga taga-Bataan sa pag-welcome sa Team Mindoro. Then first, kaya gaya ng sabi ng coach namin, head coach namin, is one possession at a time. So it will be tough for us dahil syempre home court, pero still we're going to be stay composed sa laban na to.
And Coach JC, may mga gusto ka bang batiin o pasalamatan?
First of all, syempre binabati ko yung team owner namin, si Mayor Jennifer Cruz, sa walang todong suporta sa mga sponsors namin. Starbound Philippines, Gold's Gym Philippines, PRM, and then Bingo Plus. At the same time, binabati ko rin si Vince and Jace, sa kay asawa ko nanonood ngayon, si Daniel. Iniimbita ko nga pala lahat na manood ng laban ni Boss Manny Pacquiao this coming July 20 sa Sunday na po. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, Assistant Coach JC Lipunao of the Mindoro Tamaras. And now going to my right, we have of course Attorney Gary Palmero of the One Bataan Risers. Attorney Gary, the team's energy last game was electric. Do you think dala-dala pa rin nila yun ngayong gabi or may mga adjustments ka pa bang gustong makita?
Ever since naman yung effort namin nandyan parati, gusto namin manalo. Magaling na team ang kalaban natin ngayon kaya kailangan natin mag-adjust. From sa halftime, kailangan natin malaman paano tayo makakalamang sa kanila. Laban na ng adjustments.
And Attorney Gary, may mga gusto ka pang bang batiin? Of course, sa mga taga-suporta ng mga One Bataan Risers na nandito ngayong gabi.
Salamat sa mga Bataeños na walang sawa sa pagsuporta sa team natin. Salamat kay Governor Garcia, kay Congressman Garcia at kay Vice Governor Garcia. Salamat din kay Sir Edgy na nandito nanonood, si Sir Oxy na nagpagamit sa atin ng gym, sa aming sponsor, Las Casas. Yung wife ko nandyan sa Irene, binabati ko. Kamaya Golf, Kamaya Airport, Kamaya Coast Family and Relatives, nandito sila lahat. Salamat. Iniimbitahan din namin kayo sa laban ni Senator Manny Pacquiao sa July 20 Sunday. Sana manalo tayo ulit.
Maraming salamat, Attorney Gary Palmero of the One Bataan Risers. MPBL will be back.
Nagtapos ang dalawang quarter. Lamang ng 3 puntos ang Mindoro kontra Bataan, 40-37. Pretty much back and forth here. Although yung Mindoro, no, yung mostly may kalamangan. In fact, Bataan never led in this game, Coach Chris. Mindoro led by as many as 10 points. Pero ang ganda nung pagtugon nitong Bataan in quarter number 2.
Well, dahil dyan sa performance ni Javier, no, simply ayaw niya magpatalo. Alam niya yung importance ng larong ito. Nabanggit nga natin before the game, both teams, gusto pumasok sa playoffs, at the very least, play in. No? So, kailangan nila manalo. Ito yung step in 3 ni Javier. And, Bataan did a good job of rebounding kahit na lamang ang Mindoro, 32-26, lamang din sila sa offensive rebounds. But, parehas na koponan, yung second chance points, tig-10 sila. And Mindoro, nandun yung yung kamay nila no simula nung laro, especially this guy that you see on your screens, Axel Inigo, was able to hit 2 3-pointers. Sama mo na dyan si Comboy na nagkaroon din ng dalawa. As a team, they hit 7. I think though, Ken, the first 5 minutes of the third quarter could dictate the outcome of this game. I think what's important for Mindoro is putulin yung momentum na nangyari, no, in the last 3 minutes para sa Bataan. Sometimes you could carry that over sa next quarter. So importante yun para sa Mindoro, especially being the away team. And for Bataan, I think they gotta put the hands more in Chris Javier, because good things happen pag nasa kanya ang bola, whether it's a pick and pop situation because he has that ability to shoot from the outside, or pag nasa poste siya, importante, malalim yung tanggap niya sa poste.
Intriguing tweak here by Bataan because Alfred Flores, who just got fouled, and Hubert Cani together in the backcourt to begin the third for the Risers.
Oo, kasi ang inumpisa nila dyan nung simula ng laro ay si Pagyo. No? Ngayon, nag-2 guard siya. Hubert Cani, came off the bench. Nung start ng larong ito, nagsabay sila ngayon ni Flores. So, kung sinabi mo, may kinokontest dito.
Kung goaltend ba? May kinokontest nila dito. Flores, nonetheless, will head to the line. These two teams like to shoot threes. In fact, coming into this game, number 1 in terms of 3-point makes and percentage ang Mindoro, 11 threes a game, 32%. Samantala itong Bataan, number 8 with 8.4 makes, 31.2%. Hindi nalalayo. But like you mentioned at the half, 7 of 23 ang Mindoro, while 5 of 14 naman ang Bataan. Free throws though have been a completely different story, especially dito sa Bataan. Just 2 out of 11. Because last game against Davao, they were just 11 out of 24.
It's gonna come back to haunt them if they fall short in this game.
Namuntikan nga sila dun against Davao dahil nakahabol yung Tigers doon. RJ Ramirez with a strong drive to the basket.
Pero bumagsak siya.
And that's why Sedorifa had to give up that foul.
He's holding on to his right hamstring.
Something you don't want to see. Especially how tricky those injuries are. Parang dun pa lang, Coach Chris no?
Sa pagbagsak niya dito.
Pagbagsak.
Hindi.
Parang dun pa lang bago ata siya lumayap Kasi parang nawala na siya sa balanse before he took that shot. Flores dancing with Ethan Galang. Javier launches. Can't get it to fall. The rebound by Joseph Sedorifa. Comboy. Whips a pass to Ethan Galang. Balik kay Ino Comboy. Fires. And his streak of at least 3 threes continues at 15 games.
Sometimes you just gotta make the right play and keep it simple. It was just a simple drive and kick. Really a two-man game in that offensive possession between Ethan Galang and Comboy, and they force a turnover. White shirts running the floor.
Galang, his turn to try a three. No good. Minus the rebound. Tatakbo sila dito. Hubert Cani, one guy to beat. Challenging the defense of Axel Linigo. And he will be rewarded with 2 free throws.
And that's what I think Bataan has a slight edge, especially with this two-guard lineup. But this was a two-man game, drive and kick between Galang and Comboy.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances. Ino Comboy. First 6 games niya, only 9.2 points per contest. 2.3 threes. But in his last 14, 16.2 points and 4 threes a contest. It's been night and day for Ino Comboy. Meanwhile, si Hubert Cani splitting his charities, cutting the lead down to 6:45-39. Nakasona itong Bataan. Inigo, Sedorifa tries for a free, no. Ethan Galang sa kabila, wala pa din. Minus, tatakbo. Bounce pass to Hubert Cani. Balik kay Mitchell Minus. Minus, nothing there. Gets it back. And he got clipped on the arm as he went for that putback.
A good decision by Minus right there as he led the fast break, gave it up quickly. Little give and go. That mid-court. And then on the second chance, nakuha niya.
KGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Let's go courtside to Miss Lyra Punsalan.
Mitchell Minus is embracing the pressure this season, especially in endgame situations where every decision counts. Ang sabi niya, his biggest growth is learning how to stay composed in the clutch, something he credits to the guidance of his veteran Kuya Jamil Gabawan. Mas mag-i-improve ka talaga as a player pag marunong ka makinig. He shared back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. At si Mitchell Minus nga, no? Especially his last 2 games at home, 14 points per contest, 10 rebounds, 75% shooting from the field. And if not for his production, especially late in that 4th quarter against Davao Occidental, munti ka na silang madapa doon.
Only has 3 points across his name, but yung 3 points baka mo, Flores. Stop and pop 3 in semi-transition. Lead down to 1.
Flores trying to take the scoring cudgels from Robbie Darang in his absence as a stop conducted here by Bataan. Chance to take the lead on this possession.
Look at Flores navigating the floor and then slowing down, realizing not a white shirt is in front of him in his grill. Knocks it down.
Alfred Flores, the switch. Likes this matchup against Jonas Tibayan. Launches from way downtown. Puts it in to give them a 2-point lead. The very first lead of Bataan in this ball game. Back-to-back 3-pointers for Alfred Flores. You see the 3-point shooting. 7 of 17 ng Bataan. And now they get a stop. Minus attacks. It counts, plus a foul.
Well, I tell you, somebody has to check the shorts, the back shorts of Richard Minus. I think he has nitros. He just turned on the jets on that one. It's just unfair. The change of speed from half court to front court was remarkable. Hindi man lang napansin ng Mindoro.
Fast Break the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig free installation for split-type air conditioners. One a turnaround here in the third for Bataan. They now lead by 5, 50-45. Hickser fan of the game, born for greatness. Certainly enjoying this 12-0 run currently Bataan is in right now. As itong Mindoro naman, they have been scoreless for the last couple of minutes. May balita muna tayo kay Ms. Lyra Punsalan.
Injury update for Mindoro. RJ Ramirez will not be returning to action tonight after suffering a right leg hamstring injury. He's currently under close assessment by the team's medical staff and no timeline has been set yet for his recovery. Back to you guys.
Salamat Lyra, and unfortunate update, especially RJ Ramirez playing really well as of late. One less defender yan dito sa backcourt nitong Bataan. Flores leading the way. That's why they have a +8 edge here in the third. Comboy escaping Flores. Sidesteps his way inside but couldn't convert. At may pito ang ating game officials. A foul whistled on Bataan.
When you're struggling offensively, Ken, even though you're open from the outside, especially against the zone, I think it's important to always, put pressure at the rim, because even though Comboy missed that shot, it forced the defender of Tibayan, yung nakapwesto ron, and opened up the offensive rebound for him and gave them a chance right now. Pero he misses his 2 free throws, so it's also like a turnover really. Anytime you miss 2 free throws.
Flores.
Yun lang, ito turnover talaga to.
Committing a backcourt violation. Sure what he was trying to do there.
Just careless. These are the type of turnovers that cannot happen.
Especially that he's a point guard. But nonetheless, having a huge quarter here. Comboy though, with his 4th 3-pointer of the ball game with a total of 14 points.
And the exception to the rule to what I just said about dribble penetration is Wendell Comboy, because that was his 4th 3 of the ball game.
Gustong sagutin ni Flores, couldn't knock it down. Now gives up a foul. As Inigo was trying to issue that outlet pass. 5:27 left.
Swing, around the horn. Comboy, nothing but net.
Gamalinda, his turn for a free off the back iron. Flores, the crossover on Inigo. The pass inside to Hubert Cani.
And this is why, what I think they went to the 2 guard to start the third quarter. Nice move by Tibayan, pulling his way in, because it speeds the game up. They think they have an advantage there, especially against, a slower Inigo. But at the same time, you can put Hubert Cani at the shooting guard to score. Javier, off the extra pass, knocks it down from top of the key.
Picture perfect execution by Bataan. This is their biggest lead right now at 5 points, 55-50. Comboy tries to answer. He does. That's his 5th triple. Ino Comboy with 17 points.
Well, this game would have been a different story if not for the 2 3-pointers of Comboy. This would have been a turnaround really. Down siguro Mindoro by at least 10.
Kani, left corner shot, no.
What a
Minus,
rebound.
climbing the ladder, puts it back in. And a foul whistle on Mindoro.
Say it with your chest, Mr. Minus. After a beautiful play for the second chance, tulad nga nung sinabi mo, inakyat yung mataas na hagdanan. Hindi lang yun, umangat pa ng malakas. 3-point play pa ang kasama.
Yeah, but challenge though.
Ano yung challenge dito?
Yung kung foul ba? Mukhang yun eh. Kasi basket and one yung naging kaganapan doon. We'll pause for a break. We'll be back for the result of this challenge.
The Mindoro Tamaras challenge was successful. Basket counts for Mitchell Minus, but there was no foul.
Okay, so successful naman yung challenge dito ni Coach Benji. Pero counted pa rin itong 2 points ni Mitchell Minus.
Touch foul sa ilalim, no, which is marginal contact. So it was a good challenge, obviously.
That's Maikong now in, trying to change their fortunes. Maikong met by Hubert Kani. Comboy, thought about it against Ives Sazon. Gamalinda launches way off the mark and Kani clears it for Bataan. Hubert, pasa palabas kay Mitchell Minus. Mitchell Minus almost lost it. Kani attacks. The kick-out pass, the pull-up by Ives Sazon, automatic.
What's that song? Not always there when you call, but always on time. The struggle offensively for Ives Sazon. That's his first field goal after missing his first 3 shots.
Bola tatalbog palabas kung sa tira na yon ni Ino Comboy. Pagkakataon para sa Bataan, dagdagan ng kanilang lamang. Skip pass, Sazon. No!
Chris Javier turning his back, looking to the crowd. As Sazon shot the ball, he thought it was going in. Inigo, corner 3.
That's big.
Big time.
Axel Inigo, scoreless in the second period. At 8 points in the first, knocks down a free to pull to within 3 points, 59-56.
That was a 6-point swing, really.
Minus, laban kay Hans Maikong. Now backing him down, Mitchell Minus.
Nice move.
The drop step and the finish. 11 points for Mitchell Minus. Third straight ball game. Double figures in scoring para dito kay Mitchell Minus. That was a sublime pass by Inigo to Tibayan.
Tibayan has had a solid game. You know, he's been really physical. Even when Kapulong was inside, that time a finish off the feed by Inigo.
Kani, the pass, Sazon. Ball got poked from behind by Ino Comboy.
Tibayan has 5 points and 7 rebounds. And this was the play.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Almost spreading the needle on that pass. Ken Bono comes in. He will match up against JL Kapulong. Ang combined more than 500 pounds to. No?
Again, mga kaibigan, that's Ken Pangilinan who said that.
Or wala akong sabihin to na. Kapulong, out of control. It's a fact. Mr. Luanzo?
Well, we don't know. I mean, do you know the exact number? It might be 499.
Pwede naman. Sige. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
This one's a fact. That was a heck of a drop step move
Oo.
by Richard Maines. He has really picked up the scoring after struggling in the first half. And Richard Maines,
11 points na siya, no? In total. Ito si
yeah,
Mitchell Maines.
only two in the first half, so 9 points this third quarter.
Bola mananatili sa pupunan ng Mindoro. 9 seconds on their shot clock, down by 3 points. Sedorifa. Binabantayan ni Alfred Flores. Kakabalik lang dito for Bataan. Maikong. Libre para sa tres. Axel Inigo with his 3-point shot. Second free here in the third.
The proud father, obviously. Daddy Inigo.
Tabla na naman. 61 all. Flores. Laban kay Gamalinda. Yambing. Balik kay Alfred Flores. Malayo ito. Galing sa tres! On net! Gutsy shot from Alfred Flores.
I gotta wake myself up. Parang feeling ko, linggo pa rin. Naalala ko pa rin si Noy Remoca.
The spin inside by Kong couldn't finish. Alfred Flores has come alive here in the third period.
Look how far this three is. This takes one dribble in against a taller defender in Bam Bam Gamalinda. Walang problema.
Flores. The pass to Gabawan. But he took an extra step. Bola babalik sa Mindoro. 17.2 seconds left. Possibly for the last shot of the quarter. Inigo. This is Gamalinda getting bumped out of position.
That's a good foul.
Good foul though.
That's a good foul. Even though he had no intention to foul. And if it's Sazon saying, parang wala naman, pero sa totoo lang, napaganda yun kasi that was a 2-on-1 on the other side, which I believe would left Sedorifa wide open. Good pass.
Inigo to beat the buzzer. Bouncing out. And that's gonna do it here in the third. And Mindoro, after leading at the half, they gave up the lead here in this period. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Well, the best scoring quarter in this game after three by Bataan, thanks to the threes of Flores, the aggressiveness of Maines. And Bataan, tulad yung sinabi mo, lamang na ng tatlo, papasok sa huling kanto.
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. And boy, this is a tough stretch for Bataan. Wala pa din si Robbie Darang for probably a month from now. But this guy, timely addition para dito sa Bataan. Fresh off his stint in the NCRAA, winning a title with ICC. Alfred Flores, 16 points, 10 of those coming here in the third quarter. And the UCAL and NCRAA MVP weaving his magic here for the One Bataan Risers. Came into this game just averaging 2.5 points per contest. At dahil sa kanyang produksyon, nakalamang na dito ang Bataan, 64-61. Bangkale, susubok sa 3. Tatalbog palabas. Yan yung quarter scoring natin. Dikitan nung first half, 21-19, 19-18 in favor of Mindoro. Bumawi ang Bataan with +6 in the third. Flores, really shifty. Kapulong, the pass inside to Jamil Gabawan for the deuce. 5-point lead, 66-61. Sedorifa to Bangkale. Laban kay Alfred Flores. The switch by Gabawan. Bono. Comboy with 5 on their shot clock. Galang, swing pass, Bangkale. Shot clock winding down. Sedorifa puts it up, puts it in. Sedorifa with just his 8th point, but they pull to within 2. Flores. The pass to Kapulong. Yambing, masyado malakas. Flores there for the stick back now, has 18 points.
Well, good time. Good play by Kapulong for the drive and kick. Yambing overshoots it, and sometimes yun yung mga rebound na mahirap makuha, and it favors the offensive player dahil lagpas, bagsak sa kamay ni Flores, pasok ang stick back.
Bangkale, susubok ulit. Wala pa din, galing sa labas. 1 and done by Mindoro. Flores, the man of the moment for Bataan.
He's been the best player so far in the second half.
Sazon, catch and shoot free. Rattles out. And ball will go back to Mindoro. Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Great interior passing there. Kapulong setting up his teammate. Long 3-point pop by Ino Comboy. Tatalbog palabas. More than 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Gabawan, Sazon, Flores, Kapulong, and Yambing. Gabawan. This time, the pass to a cutting JL Kapulong for 2 points.
A terrific team play by Bataan. Really, the majority of the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. The latest one, the most impressive, especially between the two big men.
Ethan Galang with Ino Comboy, Joseph Sedorifa, Jeco Bangkale, and Ken Bono. Oh, what a acrobatic move right there from Wendelino
What an
Comboy.
explosive move. Really, catch and go from the right slot, 3-point line, attacking the basket, going left. A little dipsy-do, tulad na sinabi mo, to finish on the other side again.
Uy! Kapulong with a basket after that miss by Ives Sazon. Back-to-back baskets by JL Kapulong.
Right now, Bataan is getting everything that they want offensively. This time, Sazon, that's a makeable layup. But because he gets inside the paint, opens up the offensive rebound for Kapulong. Pinatukan, may pito, 3-point play ang katumbas.
Baliwala lang yung pagbatok ni JL Kapulong dito. An MPBL champion. Won a championship with Pampanga back in Season 5. Now finding himself dito sa Bataan. And knocking down that glut huge free throw to bring the lead back up to 7, 73-66. Comboy, Gamalinda, bounce pass to Inigo. Sedorifa, binabantayan ni Sazon. Comboy, press ulit. Ino Comboy has certainly come out to play para dito sa Mindoro.
22 points, 6 of 10 from downtown. What a shooting spree by Wendell.
Last 14 games, shooting 40% from downtown. Meanwhile, mid-range jumper naman galing kay Ives Sazon.
You talk about mid-range kings, Ken. he's certainly in that conversation, if not the best.
Yeah.
That 1-2 dribble pull-up mid-range, ang galing niya ron.
Ang galing din naman nung sagot doon ni Joseph Sedorifa. And the threes have been falling here in the fourth para dito sa Mindoro. They certainly live and die from the three. 15 out of 41. Kapulong sa loob. Wala. Inigo. 3-point lead by Bataan. Comboy. Another 3-point shot. Ino Comboy waxing hot here in the fourth.
Now what a beautiful pass to recover. Ito si Bambam Gamelinda. Bataan coaching staff contesting that it was a travel. And look at the skip pass. That's really one of the passes that everyone should learn, every player should learn, because it just does wonders for shooters like Sedorifa, like Comboy. And Sedorifa has quietly hit some big shots himself. You know, Bataan might have a case on the coaching staff because medyo nag-shuffle yung feet ni Bambam Gambalina, but then again, no call. Comboy knows what to do with the basketball, especially tonight with the hot hand.
Fan of the Game is brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. And what a game this has turned out to be. Pretty much palitan ng mga suntok galing sa magkabilang kupunan. Mindoro had that big lead in the first half. Ito yung laban nila against Quezon City. A combined 44 points from this trio. Ito si Ino Comboy, Joseph Sedorifa, and Marion Magat. Comboy certainly picking up from where he left off with 25-9. Let's turn you courtside to Miss Lyra Punsalan.
For Wendell Comboy, last game sting came with a solid reminder. Walang maliit na kalaban sa MPBL. He learned the hard way that every matchup demands the same intensity as the preparation, and this time he's making sure that the team bounces back the right way, starting from training. Sabi nga niya, they've already begun recovering mentally and physically, and now it's time to let all that extra hard work pay off on the court. Back to this.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. Binangin ko na nga, no, yung mga numero ni Ino Comboy in the last 14 games. The picture of consistency para dito kay Ino Comboy. Tonight, 25 points. 56 3-pointers in a span of 14 games. As itong si Ives Sazon now trying to work against Axel Inigo. Kick out pass, minus, attacks. Ball off, Jonas Tibayan. Only 4.4 left on their shot clock.
Just being active with their feet and their hands, no, in this defensive possession with the score tied, deadlocked at 75. This is going to be a big stop.
Baseline inbound. Sazon. Not much time to put up a shot. That one off the mark. Comboy off to the races. Nalibre si Axel, the flyby, the shot from downtown. And Sedorifa tracks it down. Comboy again! Ino Comboy with 28 points.
My goodness. Well, how about the rebound, the offensive rebound by Sedorifa, who has 7 rebounds already and 6 assists. What a game, a complete game for Sedorifa. Underrated game, really. Jonas Tibayan is down. Look at this rebound. He had to fight for that rebound over Chris Xavier. The recognition for the extra pass. At ito, no, unnecessary, really, ginawa ni Ives Sazon. Especially at this point of the game. Especially after you know, giving up a 3-point shot. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. There's no question about it. It's just one of those plays. Just like how we always say, Ken, when instead of letting go of a three-point play, giving up a three-point play, it's the same thing. You gotta let go of your ego, your pride, and not do these things, unnecessary things that could hurt your team. Because you're talking about losing a possession and free throws sa kabilang koponan. So this could potentially be, an 8-0 run. If he makes the free throw, and the way Mindoro has been shooting the basketball, let's say they make a three. Okay, so he misses a free throw. And suddenly you're looking at 6, 7, 8-point deficit of what was once tied at 75 just about seconds ago.
Actually, right now, they're in the midst of a 10-0 run. Itong Mindoro Tamaras. They have taken the lead back. Kamalinda joins in the three-point scoring parade para sa Mindoro.
That's a big-time shot by Bamba. A much-needed basket, obviously, to cover up for the mistake of Ibes.
18.
Or to add, that's what I meant. Pero tulad nung sinabi natin, ganun kabigat yung pangyayaring yun.
18 3-point makes for Coach Benji Todoro Swords. 13-0 blast. They now lead by 7, 82-75. But if you're Bataan, still a lot of time left to recover. Hubert Cani, laban kay Axel Inigo. Jag is pivot foot. Everything not going right at the moment para dito sa Bataan. 14 turnovers, yan yung masakit. Mindoro only has 5. By the way, Ino Comboy already a season high in the MPBL of 28 points. And he is far from done. Tibayan, also an unsung hero, attacks the defense of Gabawan, and Gabawan called for that foul.
I tell you, this is how you play basketball. Every time it gets a little bit chippy. You play it within the rules between the 4 lines. We mentioned this all night. It's been physical between Tibayan and Kapulong, between Tibayan and someone else, and the last one.
Free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Between him and Sazon, that resulted to the unsportsmanlike foul, and that time, sila naman ni Gabawan splits the free throws though.
Test of character right now para dito sa Bataan, trailing by 8. 3.5 left here in the fourth. Bola na tapik, minus with a retrieval, but only 6 on their shot clock. Mitchell minus, spins inside, no, the putback, wala pa din. Bringas, off the glass, still no go. Chris Xavier finally breaks the drought para dito sa Bataan. 6-point lead, 83-77. Under 3 minutes left. Sedorifa, Gamalinda, Axel Inigo, Ino Comboy, and Jonas Tibayan, the unit for Coach Benji. Comboy, he attacks. The flip shot won't work. Flores will be fouled by Axel Inigo.
Smart foul. Stop the fast break. I don't know how many times has Flores in this game, whether it's transition or semi-transition, has made something happen, whether for a teammate or for himself. That's a smart foul by Axel.
Javier to Alfred Flores, joined by Carl Bringas, Hubert Cani, and Mitchell Minus. Flores almost lost it. Still 10 seconds on their shot clock. Minus.
He got fouled right there. I'm not sure what our officials are watching during that play, because I thought he got clipped on the right arm or even in the lower part body. I gotta see that once again.
Basically running.
Because that could
into
be
it.
a costly no call against Bataan. Are they gonna challenge?
Yung out of bounds play na ito.
Yung out of bounds.
Oo. Coach's challenge by Coach Benji. We'll be back for the result.
The challenge of Mindoro Tamaras is successful.
Another successful challenge by Mindoro here. This was the move by Mitchell Minus. This was what you thought, Coach Chris, was a blown call. Bold non-call, I should say.
Yeah. I mean, clearly there was contact. Somebody was driving strong to the basket.
Let's see how Bataan responds. Down by 6. Axel popping out. Bam Bam Gamalinda. That shot bouncing out. Glimmer of hope for Bataan. Hubert Cani attacks right off the glass. Gets the friendly bounce. We are down to our final 2 minutes of this ball game. A quick timeout by Coach Benji Teodoro.
The on-ball defense, very important, especially in the crucial stretch of the game. This move by Cani, able to break down the defense of Sedurifa, and finish on top of the help defense by Gamalinda.
The game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Timeout tayo. We'll be back after the short break. Hubert Cani, Carl Bringas, nung naarang laban nila against Davao Occidental, combining for 20 points. 9 and 10 nga si Carl Bringas doon. Flirted with a double-double. And
yung puntos pang nagkulang, no? Usually yung rebound kasi tigi-isa lang yun eh. But then again, now they're looking for another victory here. While the other team, Mindoro, 4-point lead, looking for a bounce-back win.
4 ang lamang, Mindorong may tangan ng bola. Under 2 minutes left. Bataan applying pressure, almost got the steal, was Ives Sazon. And Mindoro barely crossing the half-court line.
Those are 2 dangerous passes between Comboy and Inigo.
Big defensive sequence right here for Bataan as Comboy can't hit the free. Minus with his 16th rebound. Sazon sets his feet, fires. No! Tapikan ng bola at mapupunta ay Axel Inigo. Just the 13th foul against Bataan. Still a lot of time. 1 minute and 23. Bataan, lagi itong nasa dikdikan na laban this season eh. They've had their share of heartbreaks and also breakthroughs this season. Let's see if they could pull through here against a really hot shooting Mindoro squad. Sedurifa, 8 on their shot block. Joseph attacks the block by Bringas. Minus with another rebound, off to the races. Mitchell Minus got stripped by Wendell Comboy. Bringas with the interception. Minus inside, Bringas goes up strong, wala pa din. Bringas one more time, no! Tapikan ng bola. The rebound finally ending up with Sedurifa.
Multiple chances at the rim. It felt like that was 5 offensive rebounds. But Comboy just being careless with the basketball. 2 straight turnovers. And Kani blows the layup.
Wow.
They got to cross it half court.
But Sazon steals it. Minus fires for free. No. And a foul. Sino mapipituan dito? It's against Axel Inigo. They are in penalty. They've had several chances, Coach Chris,
to put this game away if you're Mindoro, and several chances for Bataan, you know, either to tie the ball game or even to take the lead. Both teams, fatigue might be setting in. Halos lahat nakatukod na yung decision making mo, apektado na dyan. Hubert Kani knocks down the first free throw, showing that, you know, he can hit free throws in the clutch.
83-80. Bataan still has 2 timeouts left as Kani sinks in both. As Mindoro sues for time, they burn their final timeout. We'll pause for a break. We'll be back.
Kailangan lang natin one good inbound, line. Joseph inbound. Okay, Bam Bam. Axel. Okay. And then ang una natin is ito, Comboy. Ito, Comboy ha. Axel. Okay, Jonas. Bam. Okay, makinig. Comboy, run, corner. Okay, and then pakita na tayo dito. Pag wala, bigyan mo back picks dito sa Kuya Bam. Opposite tayo. Guys, receive. Abangan natin yung double ha.
Beat the pass.
Beat the pass. Ang available.
Ibes, Kami. Minus. Okay? Ibes, kukunin mo to. Bitin ka. Bouncer ha. Ikaw doubler ha. Pare. Coach.
What do you think, Coach Chris?
I think I'm surprised a little bit. I was expecting Ken Bono, you know, to be inserted in because he's an outstanding free throw shooter. He's tall enough also. Sometimes pag hindi na work yung play na dinesign mo, he's tall enough to sort of like post up and get the ball. Pero wala siya sa loob ngayon. And for Bataan, narinig mo yung quick foul and maybe a double team, but they foul right away because obviously time not on their side.
They foul a guy. Well, mayroon pa isang foul to give itong Bataan. Kadurifa to trigger. Gamalinda will catch. And Gamalinda will shoot 2 free throws. Gamalinda for the season is 73.7% from the line. But in his last 5 games, 15 out of 16, 93.8%.
Now he's a guy who's been in this situation multiple times already.
Calmly sinking the first one. Now remember, Bataan still has 2 more timeouts.
I'm telling the crowd to quiet down.
Mindoro 8 out of 14 at the line. Bam Bam missing the second. Bringas gets it. Mindoro getting the steal. And boy, Bataan failing to execute. They need to foul. There's still some time left. What are they contesting here?
A backcourt violation.
Backcourt.
I'm not so sure though because it was a loose ball. And usually when it's a loose ball, but I think it's worth to take a look at once again.
Nonetheless, there was a foul called. But so there's still gonna be some little time left here.
Because let's not forget, Coach Goody challenged, you know, to start the game. with seconds only ticking off the clock, and it was a successful one, excuse me.
11 seconds lang yun.
Oh.
So tinitignan nila ngayon kung umabot ba yung foul within the time frame, and if it did, ilang oras ba yung natitira. But again, several chances. Let's see if we could get a look here. Yun yung kino-contest nga nitong Bataan. If meron bang backward violation doon. Now, Seth Bingol will choke to Richard Tampos.
Pero hindi backing.
Alright. This is gonna be an interesting
Foul
call.
on number 22, Ibisazon. Penalty. Third foul on Ibisazon.
So how many seconds left? Because they got the rebound. They had the chance. They crossed the half-court line, but naagaw nitong Mindoro. So Inigo, a chance to ice this. 0.9 seconds left. Makes the first free throw. And so they put some more time, 1.1 second. Again, itong Bataan, yun yung pilit nilang china-challenge dito. They felt like there was a backward violation on that loose ball.
And you know, they have a case because it happened right in front of them, and just like what we mentioned earlier, Coach Goody has an eye for this.
Yeah.
I mean, 11 seconds into the game, for those who joined us, sabi mo nga, maybe the earliest challenge in MPBL history since the challenge was implemented. And it was a successful one.
And tense moments here in the last few seconds. Axel knocks down both. Timeout Bataan. But this is pretty much a done deal already because 1.1 seconds. Bataan. Pretty unfortunate because they had that fight back here in the second half after not even leading in the first two quarters. And obviously Coach Goody Gilagan is not pleased. They're not even mapping out a play. Dahil nga hindi sila masaya dun sa they thought was a missed call. And it's a huge problem right now. Dahil nga, yun nga, wala na silang minamap out na play dito. They know it's basically a done ball game already. In real time, it was hard to tell. But, yun nga like you mentioned, Coach Chris, na Coach Goody was right on top of that one.
Yeah. And we didn't get the benefit of the replay.
Kani, this shot will count, but they will fall 2 points short. And an unfortunate ending to this one. Baka dito sa One Bataan Risers. Spoiling that huge output of Alfred Flores. But give all the credit dito sa Mindoro Tamaras. After blowing away the lead, they were able to recover, especially with those performances by their big three, Bam Bam Gabalinda, Joseph Sedorifa, and Ino Comboy. And this guy, all game long, was waxing hot from downtown. Best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
He was so hot, kulang na lang masunog yung net. He was 8 of 14 from downtown. An MPBL career high with 28. As a team, they made 18 threes out of 47. But tulad nga nung sinasabi mo, paulit-ulit buong laro. They will live and die with the three. And guess what happened? They lived tonight.
86.
They almost died though.
Yun na nga eh.
Pero ang importante, nabuhay sila with those 18 threes on 47 attempts.
Punta na natin si Lyra at courtside kasama si Ino Comboy.
Wendell, congratulations on your career high performance for tonight. Napaka-on point at precise ng 3-point shooting mo. And of course, with the help of Inigo and Sudrifa, gaano nyo nakuha yung galaw nyo despite the home court advantage of Bataan?
Actually, nag-struggle kami. Talagang nag-trust lang kami sa system ni Coach. Sinunod lang namin and yung trust namin sa bawat isa yung mga teammates namin. Good bounce back from our loss last game.
And medyo may mga complications pa nga. Pero gaano ka-importante para sa'yo na na-establish nyo yung outside shooting nyo ngayon as a team weapon na dadalhin nyo pa sa mga susunod na matchups?
Sa game na to, sobrang importante kasi naka-zone sila eh. And kailangan talaga namin mag-connect sa outside. And hopefully sa next games namin, madala namin yung confidence namin and try namin mag-explore pa inside kasi for sure may scout din ng ibang teams na yung outside shooting namin.
And Wendell, any greetings or special shoutouts?
Una-una, thank you Lord sa panalo na to. Pinabati ko si Mama at Papa sa bahay, si Ate, JV, at saka si Heart, and sa girlfriend ko, si Ces, at saka kay Tito na nag-recover sa operation niya. And kay Mayora, na sobrang supportive sa amin, and sa mga sponsors namin, Starbalm, Gold's Gym, at saka kay Boss Kane. And ginugudla ko pala si Boss Manny Pacquiao na may laro sa July 20 versus Barrios. Sobrang proud na kami sa iyo na lalaban ka ulit and nakasuporta kami sa iyo. Thank you.
Maraming salamat and congratulations to Wendell Comboy of the Mindoro Tamaras. Our best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. Mindoro averting disaster, winning this one 86-84 over Bataan. Bukas po, tutungo tayo sa Brenziguiao Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga. First game, Davao Occidental kontra Sarangani, followed by Binyan versus Muntinlupa. And in our main attraction, Pampanga Giant Lanterns will host the Val City Magic. And that's gonna do it for coverage here in Balanga, Bataan. On behalf of Coach Christian Luanzon, Miss Lyra Punsalan, and for our entire crew, ako po si Ken Pangilinan. Maraming salamat sa pagtutok at pagsubaybay sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.